right here in the chat, Macy's.com aprons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but is it frilly and cute? You gotta
Yeah,
get it.
I was-
One.
I was looking for like a pink one. So okay, so let me get my phone smart ring out so that way I can have
I should. Everything's on mute.
Let me put my phone on mute.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Okay.
a rookie.
All right. So we're about to start this in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hello, the little kawaii pies. This is your queen of everything, Kawaii Face Smiles. Today is the wonderful Kawaii FM podcast that we had to reschedule last Sunday to this Sunday because two of our guests were at the bottom, excuse me. They were busy. Where did that come from? Hello? They were busy. So today we are finally all together. We are ready to go. So before we continue with our little podcast, of course we're gonna have to do some introductions. Everyone knows, if you guys all know who I am. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kawaii Face Smiles. I'm an Elisa main and a competitive Tekken player. I also stream a lot, and I just kind of keep everything cute, and it's pretty chill over here. All right. So, Young P, introduce yourself to the public for those who don't know.
What up? Oh, sorry. You guys know it's Young P. What up? I'm the best Chloe. NA can't beat him. All over NorCal. I'm coming to strong style. I stream Tekken, and that's about it. That's all. What's up, everyone?
That's it?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
me.
All right. 725, aka Andy.
I play Steve. Sometimes I do okay with him. I try and hit the punch buttons a lot. I help out at Kwamba, make joysticks and backpacks.
And then, who does cutie over here in the corner?
Me? Hi guys. I'm Katie. I'm community manager of Kwanba. I joined in April. I'm a Lily main. I play casually. I live in NorCal. I'm also an artist. You guys have probably seen some of my work around Twitter. And I'm Kawaii's #1 fan. And I also mod, so you probably have seen me in the chat as well.
Yes. Katie, that girl. She's always here, and she's always amazing and so gracious. Anyways, so since you guys are new to the podcast, of course, we're going to have to recap your guys' 2017, because everyone knows what my 2017 is, and if you guys don't, you can either check my YouTube for last podcast, or check my VODs, because I highlighted it. So my 2017 is no surprise. So let's start with we'll go around the table, or actually no, let's go in reverse. Let's hear Katie.
Me? Okay. My 2017 started started Tekken a little bit earlier than early 2017 because it came to arcades. Vanilla came to arcades here in NorCal, which is where I met Andy. So I started playing Tekken, Vanilla, Tekken 7 Vanilla in maybe January, every weekend. Joined Kwanba in April, as I mentioned. The Kwanba Dragon in Obsidian came out in January as well. That's before my time. Went to EVO, and the Kwanba Aegis also came out in July or August. I think it was July because it was before EVO. So helped launch that product. I don't know what happened after that because it seems like a blur. I drew a bunch of Tekken pictures, continued to play. At some point, hit Usurper with Lily, and I think that's about it. I think that's the highlights.
The highlights of 2017. I know your 2017 was very eventful. And if you guys don't know, Katie was one of the first Lily players that I kind of took under my wing, and I was like,
She did.
Come here, my child. Let me help you here. Let me show you the ways of how to get thirsty and be a disgusting, grimy Lily player.
True. My Lily got significantly scummier after Miles gave me the pro tips. I'm not hearing this from a Chloe. Just
Okay. Fair enough. That's good. Fair enough.
All right, Andy, recap your 2017.
Oh, we started off with the launch of the Obsidian early in 2017.
woo.
Pretty busy. It took a long time to get that going, but I mean, ever since then it started snowballing. So that was pretty eventful. For Tekken, I did okay at some locals. Didn't do so well outside of California though, but it was pretty fun. I mean, we got to play like Tekken early at round 1 before we hit console, and yeah, about my 2017.
Andy, what was the highest win streak you had at round 1?
I don't even remember. It was crazy. Like
It
70
was
something.
it was over 50, you guys. Trust me.
Yeah.
He was
Wow.
taking names left and right.
On Steam, it's only 40 though, but oh well. I just started playing on PC though.
Oh, sweet. PC's
Just-
where it's at.
On that PC
Oh, yeah,
Master
definitely.
Race. All right, Young P, give us your 2017.
So it's not like 2017 for the Tekken community. It's just my 2017.
Well, yeah, like
Okay.
recap your 2017. What are some highlights that happened to you in 2017?
I mean, yeah, there's so much stuff that happened this year. Woo! I can't even wrap it all up in one sentence whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Because basically, before 2017, I pretty much didn't exist in the scene. Because I just started streaming about 6 months ago, right? 7 months ago. So pretty much, I started becoming the best Chloe in the world around that time. That's when I first started streaming, and that's when people first started watching me. That's when I first started going to tournaments. I mean, so many crazy. I pretty much was born in 2017, if you will, because pre-2017, I was not streaming. I never went to tournaments. Nobody knew I don't know. Didn't even exist. So I would say that amazing year for me. Tekken World Tour, super sick. Locals,
Oh yeah.
free. Streaming, super sick. It's super awesome year. I can't complain. Super amazing year. That's what I gotta say.
Wow, Young P, it's kind of funny though because you
What?
started streaming around the same time that I started streaming again, because
Oh,
I was
really?
actually streaming in 2014, or yeah, it was
Dang.
like 2014 or 2015. And then when you started streaming was about the same time that Katie was like, Miles, you have to start streaming. Like we need you
true.
on stream. So
Dang,
The
really?
world needs.
Not only that, let me just add, I got to meet so many cool people. I got to meet each and every one of you, all you guys. Got to meet the big boys, Aris. Got to meet Rixta, Kappa Pride. I love Rixta. Rip, Tasty Steve, everybody. So it was super sick. I got to meet some pretty cool people. Go to some pretty cool places. So, yeah, just want to put that in there.
I
Cool year.
know. And that's all thanks to who? Harada.
Harada. Harada.
Okay, so now it's time to get into the real meat and potatoes. What every new player is dying to know. All the new 017ers, all the previous 016ers, all the new players. I always get these players in my chat too, and I'm pretty sure you get them in your chat too, Young P, but it's the same old question. How do I get sponsored? How do I get noticed? Like, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say?
What would I say about...
Well, everyone kind of has an opinion. Andy has his definite answer here, being big boy on the campus. So so we're gonna go around and we're gonna give our own opinions on what making, like, how would one make a name for themselves, and how would you grow your personal brand in the FGC? You know, either if you're like a player, a streamer, an artist, a YouTuber, like what do you think are some key components to doing that and making such a statement in the scene?
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Not me. Gotta collect my thoughts. Katie.
Katie.
You should do it.
They always say Katie. What about Amy?
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well, all right. So, as you guys know, I man the Kwamba Twitter and the Adar Twitter. So I see a lot of players adding either of those accounts saying like, "Hey, I'm an upcoming streamer or an upcoming player. Give me free Kwamba." And I mean, sometimes the inquiries range from very polite to like, "Hi, you know, I'd love to learn more about a streamer program," to "Hey, give me free stuff." I mean, I would say the first piece of advice I have to, you know, upcoming streamers that want to take it to the next level by getting sponsors is treat your prospective sponsors as business partners with respect. Don't treat them as vendors or like, you know, free shill stuff. Because when you you know, partner up with these sponsors with the hardware or with the software, they become your business partners and they become advocates for you as well as you representing their brand. So the first piece of advice I would give to these guys is, you know, act professional, act respectful. If it's not your time to be sponsored with maybe a hardware company that you're interested in, if it's not time yet, don't you know, be disgruntled, don't be rude, don't guilt trip them, because you can always, you know, inquire later and we will remember. Like, I do remember if it's the same guy that asks me, trust me, I remember. So I think just treating, you know, us with respect is one thing. That's one piece of advice. Who wants to go for the next piece of advice?
I can go for the next piece of advice. So I think I touch on this topic quite often in my streams, but to be more in detailed about it, I think the most important thing, especially if you're trying to be, say you're an aspiring player, or like you are doing tournaments and stuff like that, you know, there's several things as a player that you can do. However, a majority, okay, so the biggest misconception that I hear a lot is like, well, in order to be sponsored, I need to be number one. I need to be best player, which, yes, that is actually a very important aspect of being a sponsored player on a team, but there's actually more to it besides just being number one or winning and stuff like that, which when you're looking for a sponsorship for yourself, definitely I would say the most important thing is not only do you want to be at least moderately good at your craft, but you also want to be a public figure, and you want to be something that basically is basically easy to invest in, and also you know that also the sponsor knows that investing in you is going to lead to prosperity in the long run, because like of course they're going to want players that not only are good, but also players that either, you know, a lot of people can relate to, or like they like because their personality, or, you know, there's something about them that's just very unique to their persona. And that's always the best thing. And I always tell everyone, I'm like, fine, you know, it's going to sound really vague, but the best thing is like, you want to find something about yourself, really look at who you are, your character, and what you're trying to accomplish, and ask yourself, is this what is going to set me apart amongst the millions of other, you know, aspiring gamers out there? Is this something that is investable? I don't know if that's a word, but is this something that people are going to want to invest in the future, and then, you know, try to build yourself from there? I think that in itself is it's a very good thing to ask yourself on a regular basis. I ask myself that all the time when it comes to making decisions and what I put out into social media, and also to the public when I go to tournaments. There's a specific image that people see me as, and of course I'm not being fake or anything like that. Like, I'm not just putting on a show or pretending to be someone. Like, that's really who I am. And I think for me, what has worked out so well for me is just being myself. And that's also something else I say, like, just be yourself. Most people are very interesting when they're just themselves, not when they're trying to act like, like they're trying to be the next Eris, so they take on his mannerisms and his humor and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, as like a streamer, growing yourself and growing your brand and your stream like that, I know recently on Twitter, actually, I think it was like a month ago, like, some guy was kind of salty that my stream was a little bit more popular than his stream, and he was just like, oh, so this is all I gotta do is just be a girl and wear jackets that don't zip all the way up and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, like, that's not...
It happened to Lolita Bot, like, just the other day. That's another story. We'll get into it in a little bit, but
it's just like, there's ways to grow your stream. I mean, look at Young P. Obviously, he's not female, and his stream is doing...
He's wearing a turtleneck, you guys.
You guys like the turtleneck? I wore this just for you, Miles. Just for this. You're welcome.
Young
Looking
turtleneck.
nice.
Oh, I wore white because y'all told me I look good in white, so I wanted to wear white. But it's just like the biggest thing, especially competing in Twitch and Tekken streams, I see there's a lot of streams that I do watch that aren't like up in the hundreds with their viewers and stuff like that, because I genuinely really like their personality and I like watching them play Tekken and stuff like that. And, like, a lot of people get really discouraged because they're like, oh, I'm so good at this game, but I don't have 60 plus viewers. They may look at me and be like, why is this, this chick have more viewers and she's not as good as me and stuff like that. But it's just like people come because you're good to them, but they also come because your personality. They like your how you banter, your persona, and all that stuff. And it's just like I always have to tell everyone, like, don't give up, because when I started streaming 3 years ago, or 2 to 3 years ago, like, I was at like 20 viewers, and to me that was actually really, really accomplishable on my end, because I was streaming Tekken Tag too. No one really had a lot of interest in it, but I still had like 20 so viewers and stuff like that, and I always enjoyed it because, like, I was playing a game I love, and all these people were around, and to me, I thought that was rewarding enough, and I was just like, all right, well, maybe down the line. I ended up stop streaming because I was just too busy with real life, but, I'm glad to be back in it, and I'm glad to see how much my channel has grown since then. But, I mean... it is what it is, and I know a lot of people are kind of are stressing out about it because they're like, well, I'm not the best, I can't beat JDCR, but it's like, okay, well, what JDCR has is unique to JDCR. Like, dude goes into tournaments and he wrecks house, like, and he's like unforgiving about it, but everyone still likes him because he is who he is, and he's also really nice to everyone else. So I think that's like a big thing about it. Is just really trying to establish who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. Very long-winded response, but had to give that novel
200-word essay.
MLA format, double spaced.
I agree.
Right.
Viewers aren't dumb. Like, they can tell if you're being inauthentic, or if you're putting on a show, or if you're trying to be someone else. They're gonna get bored really quick. They're coming to be entertained. Streamers are coming to entertain or make money, or both. Viewers are coming to be entertained, and if they aren't entertained because you're acting in a way that comes across as inauthentic, they're gonna bail really quick. So, I totally agree that it's better to find what's special and unique about you and, like, really play into that rather than try to cop, be Eris 2.0. Like, remember when AVG, like, the Angry Video Game Nerd, remember when he was, like, the hot shit, like, 8 or whatever years ago, and then there was hella like knockoffs like the Irate Gamer and like all of these. And did you watch any of those? Of
I remember
you-
that guy.
yeah, right? Like I read like years later he was supposed to be like a parody on him, not a knockoff, but I still didn't watch him. I watched freaking James Rolfe, not any of these like wannabes. So I think that's like kind of plays into this as well.
Yeah, and it's just like what you said, like once you find that one person who's very unique to their craft, like you stick with them because you enjoy what they're putting out, and then once you find, and then here comes the dozens of others who are kind of like trying to follow in their footsteps, and then you're just like, but you're trying to be this person that is already like an established figure, like you can't really do it. It's been done.
I think it's Twitch fans of those streamers are pretty sharp. They're pretty relentless. I think if anyone were to try to copy one of their favorite streamers, they'd go in their chat and be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you're clearly like this person is clearly trying to be so and so." So I think like you're not gonna capture that streamer's fans. You're just gonna anger them and alienate them even more. They're gonna see through it.
Exactly.
They know the favorite streamer inside and out.
Exactly. And that's
Anyway.
why it's always important. Rant over. All right,
Those are some good points.
Andy.
All right. Well, like you guys said earlier, should be yourself, but you should also be original and creative. I think. I mean, a lot of things still haven't been done yet, and you could be the first person to do it, and maybe that'll attract a lot of people. You also need to interact with your audience too, so you could grow those numbers. No one wants to watch someone just play a game and then not interact with them or their audience or anything like that. And when you approach sponsors, you should kind of treat it like a job interview. Like, what do you bring to the table? Why should I sponsor you? Like, what makes you so special? Why should I sponsor you over this other player or something? You don't have to be the best in the world, but you gotta be marketable. You gotta tell me like what strengths you have, or if you have like a social media following, how you could promote our products, things like that. I mean, if you don't really have an audience, it's kind of hard. So, I mean, that's the hard part, growing your audience. That takes time. You have to be original, creative. Yeah, I can't
Agreed.
Well, I like that because I was like original and creative. That's very that's like something that I was like trying to touch on, but Andy pretty much summed it all up. Like being original and creative. Like, I mean, it would be so bland if you saw every single person kind of be so cookie cutter. And I think that's what makes it so good with players nowadays, is because right now that fighting games have become so esports, it's becoming very people are starting to get into that business aspect. Hopefully some people are still are getting into that business aspect of being themselves and being unique and original. And I know a lot of the up and coming younger players, they're still trying to, figure it out and stuff like that. Whereas like, you got us oldies over here who have like got the system down, and we're like, okay, we know what other people are looking for and stuff. So I think
Not me. I'm only 12. So I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you doing on Twitch? Don't you have to be
13.
Okay. Well,
busted?
next subject. Oh wait, I didn't even answer the question. Sorry, Miles. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Your turn. Answer it, young
Oh,
King.
my turn.
Yeah.
All right. What was the question?
Okay.
How did I get sponsored?
No. What would you say to someone who? Okay. So I mean, like, I'm not trying to rub this in, but since you're not sponsored or anything like that.
Heck no.
But what would you say for someone who's?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Who would you?
Chill.
Who would you say? What advice would you give to those who are trying to grow their stream and also their following? Because I noticed that like on YouTube, you also have a very big following on YouTube, or at least like your video. I always see your video views and they're pretty high up there. So, like, what would you say to those who are, you know, trying to build their brand and their little fursona?
Okay. So I would say if that's what you really want to do, if you want to be, you know, known, I guess, in the FGC we're talking about in this case, pretty much what you have to do, because this is what I did. Like I said, I only started streaming this year, right? Is first of all, you have to ask yourself, I really like stream material. Like, would I be good at streaming? Would you like streaming? Would you be good at it? First of all, and if you do, if you think you will like streaming, then do it. Okay. First of all, now if you want to be successful in, like, let's say, okay, I want to put forth like you said, like your own personal brand. I guess I want to make a name for myself. Really, it's not hard, but you have to work towards it, right? It's not extremely difficult, but you have options, and you can take those options. So one is, since this is the FGC, right? We're talking about that. You have to go to tournaments. You have to meet people, and you have to, you know, you have to meet new people, meet the people that you watch on the, oh, you know, I saw these guys streaming, these guys playing. You have to meet those people. You have to go out, you know, tell them your name. You know, they have to know you. You have to know them. You got to make relationships with not just those kind of people, but just people who have similar interests as you in those tournaments, you know, like other players, etc., right? That will help you grow your personal brand, or whatever you want to call it. That will help you, you know, expand on that, you know, going to just social places like that. Second part, streaming. This is probably the most mega buff. They need to nerf it right now. Mega buff way to expand your brand, because you have to think about a stream like, what is a stream? It's just you, nobody else. Ain't no grandpa in the back. It's just you and your stream, and everybody's watching you. So you have to be like, okay, how do I want to display myself? So I always think about it like this, right? Let's say Tekken 7, Clay Fighter 5, whatever game it may be. You can be really good, but you can be totally not likable. You are so boring. Or you could be the coolest person ever. Everybody likes you. You're the best streamer. Super entertaining. But you suck. You know? These two are kind of like the balance in the universe, kind of, I think. I don't know. But pretty much, right? You want to strike a good balance. You don't have to say, okay, maybe I'm not the best Tekken player, right? Nobody's going to watch, like you said, Miles, nobody's going to watch me because nobody's going to sponsor me, watch me, whatever, because I'm not really that good at the game. That's not really the whole big picture. Well, I mean, you said something like that. You said something along those lines, right?
No.
You didn't? Okay, well, that's not what I'm saying. You don't need to think like that, because your personality and the way you project yourself, right? The way you are, that can carry that. It's like, I mean, it is what it is, right? If you have a really good personality, you don't have to be really great at the game. You just have to be like marketable, right? If you're super boring and you're really not that great at the game, I mean, I don't think any sponsors are really going to look for you, because there's really no, like what Andy said. What are they getting from that? Like, what is, I'm putting in this money or whatever it may be towards this person. What am I getting back? You know. So you got to be, like you said. You did say this. Be yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Be yourself. You don't have to be too great at the game. If you are amazing at the game, and you are super likable, then you got the perfect. That's the $5 foot long, man. You got the whole thing. That's all you need. The grand. You're the Devil Jin. You're the Devil Jin. Devil Jin. You got S tier. You're
S tier.
That's S tier right there. Not saying everybody could be like that. That's super. You know, you're never really gonna. I don't know. It's super hard to be like that. You don't need. Just be yourself, right? Go out, work towards going out to local events. Hit up people. Say, hey, even if you can't drive like me, I don't drive. I have to hit up my boy, the White Shadow, to drive me to these events. And you just, you know, put yourself out there. That's all you got to do. Put yourself out there, make an effort, and slowly but surely, if you work towards it, and if you really care enough, you will get there eventually.
Exactly.
Another thing to notice, you gotta be consistent too when you stream.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't just be streaming like once a month or at random times. Like, your followers want to see you at like regular times and stuff like that, whether it's like 2 a.m. every day or something, or a few times a week. Like, You gotta grow your audience.
Exactly. And I do have to say, though, when it comes to streaming, this is going to sound so horrible, but at the same time, pay attention to the time of popular streamers, when they stream and when they end their stream, because it works out in your favor if you're trying to build your brand, because you'll start streaming. If you're streaming during when, like, okay, say if I start streaming when Anakin's streaming, I'm not going to get as many viewers because all of them are usually watching Anakin. But if I start my stream right before Anakin is about to leave, then it's like a trickle-down effect. All those viewers come into my stream or they come into the next stream and they kind of just trickle down and fan themselves out around another Tekken stream. Because, I mean, let's face it, not a lot of viewers that... not a lot of viewers are going to want to watch, you know, people switch over to a different game after they're done playing Tekken or something like that. Unless, like, they just really enjoy watching you. But,
If they want to help you out and they want to host your stream, they can.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
yeah, hosting too. Hosting, that's why you also want to market yourself and build relationships with other streamers that are pretty popular in the genre that you stream in, because that also helps you building those connections of them being like, yo, I'm gonna, you know, host my 2,000 viewers to you and all that stuff. So it's very good that you pay attention to who's streaming, who's popular, and then, you know, try to build some sort of relationship or just build your stream time around them, because it helps you out.
I think that that's an important thing to mention, that it seems counterproductive to, you know, network with other streamers, because you would think they're my competition, you know, but the truth is that you do want to build a relationship with them so there is enough viewership to go around.
Exactly.
I don't have a limited amount of follows and subs. I can follow everyone that I like.
Exactly. And I think that's very important. Very important. Now, on the topic of, like, sponsors and brands and stuff like that, now, why would you guys say brands, brand sponsors and investors matter a lot for tournaments? Like, why do you guys think that is so big? Because, like, look at Tekken World Tour. They had Cup Noodles. Shout out to Cup Noodles.
Yum!
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Sponsoring them, you know. And then we also had Kwamba sponsoring Tekken World Tour as well. And also Evo Japan. I saw that. That was pretty big deal.
You see us?
Yeah, like, it's... So... Why do you guys think it is so important for brand sponsors and investors to want to invest and sponsor these tournaments? Like, what good is it doing towards the tournament?
You just mentioned Evo Japan, and like they couldn't collect entry fees for the players, so I mean that was just all sponsors and investors, totally. So I mean that's a perfect example right there why it's important. Evo Japan wouldn't have happened without those people or those companies sponsoring Evo Japan.
See? Right there. Prime example. See, that's something that I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, actually.
So, well, Andy, is there also another thing that, like, that you would kind of, like, input with brands and sponsors wanting to sponsor these events? Like, what is the symbiotic relationship that happens between a sponsor and a tournament?
Well, the sponsors, they're usually trying to grow their brand or expand their audience, so they're looking for the tournament or the event to help market that and to build the brand awareness for them.
Which is very important.
Oh, you guys, the chat's saying that Andy's a little bit too quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? My bad.
I just turned you up, like, to 200.
I'll try and speak up.
But, yeah, so basically that whole relationship and that whole cycle is pretty much just like, you know, we're sponsoring you, we're investing in your tournament, in return that you know, get our brand more recognition to your live audience, to the people who are actually there creating that foot traffic. Correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good for advertisement, and it's also good for brand image and demonstrating, like, clearly that, you know, we are investors of these tournaments of esports as a whole. It's especially important for, you know, the fighting game community, as we still have a ways to go to catch up with, you know, CS:GO, which everyone's talking about, League, Dota, Overwatch. We still have a ways to go. So I think that it's important for these brands to show that they're standing, you know, in solidarity with this this community that is that's still kind of coming up.
Yeah, and I think that's very important. Well, especially, okay, so Katie, you're an artist, and so is so is our lovely friend Canestra. Now with you
Shout out to Canestra. Canestra, is she here in the chat? Is Canestra here?
I believe Canestra's here,
It
but
has to be.
for you guys, this upcoming tournament, Strong Style. I know now, since you guys aren't like sponsoring it, would you say this is still like applicable to like the artists and stuff like that come out to these events to sell merch to all the players and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that it's important for your brand as an artist. You know, we were talking about your brand as a streamer or your brand as your company. But yeah, it's still your personal brand as your artist, and I think that it shows a lot of your, what's the word? I want to say the word. It doesn't show your values, but like it shows kind of where your allegiance lies. And for fighting games, that's pretty important. I think one thing that is a little bit different about Canestra and I is that this is going to be our first event that Canestra isn't coming because she lives in Norway, but she will be there in spirit. But it's going to be the first time our merchandise is sold at an event. Like, neither of us have never vended at like an anime convention or anything like that. And what's interesting beyond that is it's a Tekken only major, and you know, as we all know, like Tekken merch is scarcely even exists, and it doesn't sell quite as well as like something that might have Chun-Li's face on it. So I think that this is going to be kind of an interesting little test about is this feasible? Can we actually make Tekken merchandise and, you know, at least break even? Can we make a profit? Can we keep this going? Would we be able to even think about getting a booth at EVO? These are questions that, you know, we have that Strong Style, you know, will hopefully answer. I think that for artists, you know, it's the same kind of thing for Twitch streamers in that you kind of have to go where the popular game is. You know, even though, you know, there's some artists at, you know, EVO, like Chanel. Freaking love Chanel. I have like 5 keychains and like 2 posters. Everyone loves her and knows her. Does she play every single one of those fighting games? Probably not. I know she got top 8 in Frosty Faustings, which is like really, really cool. But I mean, there's no way everybody plays every fighting game, or every artist plays every fighting game at a, you know, high or competitive level that they draw, and totally fine. You know, you gotta draw what's popular. So, you know, that's something that I think all artists have to consider. You know, I'm not a full-time artist. I'm not like a professional or anything. I'm just a hobbyist. So I draw kind of what interests me. But I think if I were to make this full-time, I would have to really consider, like, well, I gotta make some cash. Like, time to draw Chun-Li. Time to draw friggin' Noelle Vermillion or Elfelt. You know, all those characters. So, I think artists have a very similar path as streamers, in that you gotta kind of go with what's popular. Exactly. I don't know if that even stayed on the question that you asked, but that's my spiel on being an artist.
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely involved more detail that actually helps, especially other artists and stuff like that. But I mean, you guys are also like from kind of straying away from the question, but you guys are also receiving immense amount of support and cheer from the community. So I think what you guys are doing putting out, Tekken merchandise, because I'm pretty sure us Tekken players and also other players from other communities who do enjoy Tekken want to see that as well. They want to see more merch from Tekken and not just, another poster of Chun-Li and another one of her 10 poses in a different colored bikini,
Yeah.
So I would say that you guys are definitely on the right path when it comes to putting out your brand and your artistry, because obviously this is something that the community is responding very well to, and a lot of people want what you guys are putting out.
I think so. Yeah, I'm really happy with the response that we've received, and even when I ended up printing the postcards of art that I already made. Like, I made some of these with the intention of printing them for Strong Style, like the Leo one, which just came in the mail. You guys can kind of see that.
Cool. Wait, where's mine?
I know.
Oh,
I gotta get mine. I gotta go get mine. Hold on.
Okay.
No, I gotta go get mine.
Where are we all?
Okay, well, hold on. Pause, everybody.
Check it out. Boom. What up, boom?
Oh yeah,
That's
those.
right, I
Even
got
so some people got those from Tekken World Tour, which I was just giving out for free because it was for funsies, But these are gonna be sold. And so this one I made with the intention, because it has Strong Style on the Mokujin training dummy.
Okay.
I made some of these with the intention of.
Hold on.
Oh.
I just had to get mine because I got
Me too, right?
the
Limited
first
edition.
Oh, you guys!
limited
Limited
edition.
So good.
Not available in stores. Oh.
Yeah, and signed by the artist. Can we just talk about these?
I want to be in the cool kids club too. I better go grab mine.
See, and this is a primary example of artists and investors and sponsors investing in tournaments, because you went to Tekken World Tour and brought a limited amount of prints of these and handed them out to everyone who came in until you ran out.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty much what happened.
I mean, the response from them were crazy. I saw so many people holding them, and they were just like, "Oh my god, these are just so good. These are amazing." And it's just even when I saw them in person, after seeing them from
The Steve, you guys. This is, real quick, Tiny Steve, 1 in 4 in the world by Conestra. So if you want a Steve one, that's too bad, because I think you might have to DM her. She might have one left, but that's limited edition.
Limited edition Steve.
Super limited, yeah. So so I think that art and all these fun. It's a fun way to celebrate the community, to celebrate the game, to boost morale. I recently, I think it was a couple weeks ago, my first contributing piece to Tekken Gamer was a fan art roundup for there was so much fan art, I could not post all of it. But I picked select pieces that I liked that were all made in 2017.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, there
Nice.
was a lot of Lucky Chloe, which made Young P very happy. You'll be excited to know that this month's fan art roundup also has a lot of Lucky Chloe.
Whoa!
Anyway.
Don't make me
There's
excited.
not,
Holy-
there's not a lot of. I just have to say, there's not a lot of Elisa, and I'm feeling that's a little racist. There's-
Yeah,
Where's the robots?
Look.
The Dr. B's.
Dr. P's. Yeah, no Sebastian fan art, so
Oh
really, I
no!
don't think it happened.
Jeez.
But so I mentioned in the little blurb that I wrote at the beginning that fan art it kind of it heightens the appreciation that we feel for these characters, and I think watching high level play is not totally different than appreciating art. I guess I think watching high level play and being inspired by high level play to play a character, or looking at really cool art and then wanting to play the character or liking them even more. I think they might seem like they're on the opposite sides of the spectrum, ultra skill and execution, and then super creative art. But I think kind of they have the same effect on fans of Tekken, and so I think that's kind of what my I guess inspiration is for drawing Tekken fan art mostly. I haven't drawn. I'm working on one thing that isn't Tekken right now, but I haven't drawn non-Tekken fan art in hella long.
But that I mean, that shows the support that both brands and also both brands of both ventures, from, you know, whether it's hardware to also like art, comes into play, and really shows that, you know, when they come out to these tournaments and, you know, we're spending our coin on, you know, all the art that we like, and also coming in and we're buying, you know, different sticks here, different
Okay.
Kwamba girl.
What a beauty. Ooh,
Nice.
hashtag Womble girl.
But, you know, coming in and buying different sticks and buying that hardware and buying all that stuff because we're inspired, because we see our favorite players playing, you know, playing a certain character or playing a certain thing. Like, it helps a lot with that. More brands are starting to become a lot more willing to step into that realm and also support and sponsor all these events. So, would you agree, Young P? I know you didn't have much to say on this one.
What was the question again? Heck yeah, I agree. I agree with 100%. Whatever you guys just said. No, what I wanted to say, I was waiting for my turn eagerly. What was the question though again?
The question was why brand sponsors investors matter for tournaments.
Okay, I need to bring up my flow chart real quick. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay.
you got the
Oh, okay,
notes.
okay.
All right.
It's gonna drop some.
I had to consult a good friend about my answers here, so I know they're 100% certified. Okay, so why do brand sponsors and investors matter for tournaments? All right. So basically, right, it's important for both like the person going, right, but for like the business aspect, like the person who is sponsoring the event, it's just money, right? It's basically like it's like a business transaction, right? The sponsor, we give you X amount of money, prizes, whatever it may be, right? Head chromes, keyboards, whatever. And in return, you give us advertising, right? So like banners on the wall, or we get to slap our logo on your stream, you know, Nissan Noodles, you see that all the time, superimposed. What else? I mean, like, oh yeah, shout outs on the breaks, that's a huge one. So stuff like that. I recently went to a tournament where NRG was sponsoring it. Boom, right on the wall, NRG right on the wall. I couldn't even see where the venue's at, it's so big. So now in my mind, from the consumer's mind, I'm like, NRG is pretty cool, because I went to that event and they had a big ass logo on the wall. So, you know, that's good for NRG, whatever the sponsor may be, right? Where's my flow chart? Okay, so as far as being like the person attending, right? That's the business side. What about the person going to the event? I don't care about that, right? So pretty much like I go to tournaments. I'm the consumer, right? Or the attendee. What is in it for me, right? It basically just adds like incentive, right? Like more prize money to the pot. That's one bonus. Like the recent tournament I went to, that's what happened. More prize to the pot, right? But for the bigger picture, okay, I'm trying to read. Hold on. Try to read my flow chart. Okay, so pretty much it just makes the event look more legit, right? Like, would you want to go to a tournament down in whatever, Bunk, Clay Fighter 5, bring your whole family? Or would you want to go to, oh my god, NRG Kwamba Extravaganza? We got head chromes, keyboards, whatever you want, Conestra keychains.
Conestra keychains.
I'm going there. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh god, hold on, I have something cool
Wait.
I want to show you guys.
Young.
Oh no, did he get muted?
Oh no.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm too excited there.
He got a little too excited.
What?
Were you getting sniped? Were you getting
Yeah.
sniped?
When I you know, it's like when I get into a topic, I just want to, you know, go all in. So should I continue?
Continue.
Yes.
Continue. Okay.
I want to know how this ends.
Okay. So, you know, if it makes the event look more legit, I mean, pretty much that's just gonna make more people want to watch. More people are gonna participate, obviously, because they want to go to that. And like, what does that mean for like the sponsor and whatever? That just means like more opportunities for sponsorship, more opportunities for, you know, branding, etc. So it's like it works out for everybody.
I agree. It's very smart. I mean, that's how, like, to be honest, before I even got into Fight 6 or anything like that, like, the first Fight Stick I ever saw was actually a Mad Catz TE2 when I went to my first tournament at EVO 2015. And
Aw.
I absolutely knew. I wasn't playing Fight Stick. I didn't know how to play it, but I knew, like, oh, I want this Fight Stick. Like, it looks so cool. So that was actually one of my first Fight Sticks that I ever bought. But after that, I didn't know, like, there were actual brands of different Fight Sticks until Tekken World Tour Finals. Not the finals, the North America qualifiers of 2016, when I saw Kwamba. And I actually saw Jimmy J using the dragon. And when I saw that commercial for the dragon, I legit was just like, yo, I need that. Like, I need all of that. Like, I love this. This is amazing. Like, there are other brands that make these cool sticks. Like, these sticks are, like, these are a thing across, like, the nation and stuff like that. Like, I didn't even know. And I was just like, yo, like, this is so cool. So, I mean...
So
like,
it worked. So the
yeah.
sponsorship worked.
Exactly. So, like Young P was saying, like, you know, it puts those brands in that spotlight where they're just kind of like, where you know, whether regular viewers or people who are like aspiring to be a more better player, anything like that, like, they see these equipments. And, you know, I was kind of like that one girl from Mean Girls, where she was just like, I saw Katie wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I got army pants and flip-flops. So it was like the same thing with Mr. Naps. I was like, I saw Mr. Naps using the Kwamba Dragon, so I wanted a Kwamba Dragon. Like, it was just one of those things where I was just like, yes, 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 yes. So... at least now people have more of an insight of, like, why these sponsors are so important. Because you know, low key, I do see a lot of people who do get upset when certain sponsors are sponsoring tournaments. Like, I think some people were kind of like, why? I think I heard, like, some people, like, in the Boondocks kind of talking about, like, oh, why is Cup Noodles sponsoring Tekken World Tour? Like, that's just so poverty, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And then
I've definitely heard that.
But I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, first of all, I have been video chatting and FaceTiming with P. Ling when he was in Japan. Let me tell you about all the different types of cup noodles that they have. I was so surprised that they carried that many cup noodles. And, like,
they have like 30 plus, right?
Yeah,
They have a lot.
yeah.
It's
And
just like their Kit Kats and their chips. Like, there's all sorts of
Next
crazy
level.
flavors they
Yeah.
have in Asia that they don't have.
You guys gotta know. I learned something when I studied abroad in Japan. Noodles is one of the only products ever made in the whole world that has been on every continent on the planet, including Antarctica. Like,
Cup
McDonald's
noodle?
is another one. Like, yeah, cup noodle. That's what they said in the museum. So, like, poverty? Are you sure? Because when's the last time Razor went to Antarctica? I'm just kidding. But,
They're just associating with the price, you know, because it's like, what,
Yeah.
25 cents? But that's why it's all over the freaking world.
it's affordable.
Oh, cheap. It's so good.
it doesn't have the negative connotation in Japan as it does here. Like, during whatever, I'm not sure, there's some type of natural disaster that happened in the 40s, may have been an earthquake, and Cup Noodles was like a huge leader in supporting displaced families by providing free cup noodles and hot
Wow.
water to these families. Yeah, like, everyone in Japan knows these things. I mean, I didn't, I just went to the museum, but like, but everyone in Japan knows these things, so it's not this, like, cheap lunch food, like, poverty type of thing that it is here. So I think that's a little bit of a kind of a cultural disconnect, but, you know, localization is a totally different topic.
Yeah, and that's like, I'm so glad you told me that, because now I know.
Now you know, you guys. If you didn't, you
'Cause-
learned one thing, let it be that in this stream.
Like, low-key, Cup Noodles has been such a meme to everyone.
Yeah, right. Like, they even had it in the microphone. Like, you guys saw that, right? They had the cup noodle in the microphone at Japan.
They had the cup noodle guy
commercials,
with
too.
that was
Yeah,
cool.
that's the. Everyone
That was
was
the
like,
best.
next cosplay.
And the samurai surfing and doing ski.
Yeah, those commercials, the samurai.
Oh my
The
god.
craziest in the future.
Those are
It's
weird.
hilarious.
Yeah, so, like, it's very important. It's very important for brands and investors to, like, that they are very important to our tournaments, because we wouldn't even have these tournaments if we didn't have any of these brands or these investors wanting to put, you know, put themselves on there, shill a couple hundred over here to get their space, get their ad space, get themselves at these tournaments, shipping their product from one location to another. It's very, very important because that's what, A, keeps brands alive, gives them good exposure, and B, it boosts our pot bonuses.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah!
It also opens doors to like opportunities like E-League and like Evil started off as a local back in the day, and it's grown to like the world's biggest open tournament. So I mean, back in the day, it used to be known as Battle at the Bay, and it was just a local.
Yeah, and now look at it. Everyone's there. Everyone goes. It's one of the must-go tournaments of every year.
It is. It is. That's like the epitome of a fighting game tournament, is Evo. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The pilgrimage, which I made for the first time last year. I've been watching it for years, but I finally went.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
that was
you
actually
did
really
too.
fun. Yeah, girl,
Fun,
you made it out of your pools, and I didn't make it out of my pools.
That's true. I
tied, right?
pissed my way.
We tied for the placings also.
I remember
Guys-
because what?
I was gonna say, well, quickly, while showing off our artist swag, I got these babies.
Oh my
at
god!
Evo.
I saw that.
Guys, Lexi Pants at Twitter, like, they're handmade. They're all different. Like, there was a couple of other Lucky Chloes that had different facial expressions. I got that one. It's Lily. So cute. So I think,
Got the happy ones.
yeah, there's the ultra happy one. I got the salty 1-1 Lucky Chloe.
Salty
That's
one.
the one. Salty 1-1 Chloe.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Salty.
But yeah, like, but again, like, this was like 15 minutes too late, slowpoke.jpg, but like, having these booths and these artists, like, does boost legitimacy. And I mean, I can't say for sure, but I'm wondering if some people will be attending Strong Style. I mean, it's free to spectate. I'm wondering if some people will be attending Strong Style that they hadn't planned on because they're gonna see, like, that, there's cool Tekken swag made by, like, Konestra and okay Tekken swag made by me. They can actually
100%.
get that.
I have friends that are going just because there's
See-
stuff like that there. So I mean, there's proof right there, and I imagine they're not the only. So that's like a huge boost right there.
And that's
Yeah.
actually really important to put out that it's actually free to spectate because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought you had to pay a certain price to spectate because standard tournaments you have to pay like $50 just to,
Yeah, Bronson charging me $50. I better get some free entry, dude. Oh my god, $50, man. That's a whole lot of cup noodles, man.
Oh,
Cup
also,
noodles!
like sponsors too. I mean, like Red Bull threw a whole bunch of events too.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Their Battlegrounds, their Proving Grounds, their Tower of Pride. I mean, those are things why it's important for sponsors to be also in the community because they're able to throw those type of events too. For all
They even
players.
had that gallery at Capcom Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
The
You're-
one that I was in, and like Mama Dow and the Purple Sharpie and all of these women. It was like, women that are in the gaming industry and especially the fighting game community, like artists, super fans, TOs, PR, devs. There's all kinds of, and so this gallery was free to watch, and it was like a digital gallery, and it was really nice. It's all free. So like super, they're investing quite a bit.
Yeah, and I know, like, especially touching on the subject of Mama Dow, I know she's been working really hard with combo queens and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Bringing
this woman.
in this woman, I feel like
This
she
woman-
can do it all, man.
I've heard she has said that she doesn't get more than 4 hours of sleep at night, and I believe it because she does so much. But I don't know, her makeup is always looking on fleek whenever I see her. So I don't know. Who knows?
She's and she's killing it. And actually, I know that combo queens is actually another upcoming, like, I guess organization or sponsor or something like that. Like, they're kind of coming out and trying to put themselves out with the tournaments, which I appreciate as well. I mean, because y'all know how I feel about female-only events and stuff like that, and how I just personally don't like them just because I'd rather fight everyone else and not exclude myself. But I like that combo queens are very they're very forthcoming with their plan and their agenda and highlighting the females in the community and showing them like, hey,
we exist.
yeah,
They're there. It's a very positive message. In like, for those who don't know, it's kind of like the fighting game, the non-Smash fighting game equivalent of Smash Sisters, which is a giant success, as you probably had seen at G5.
Yeah, and it's just it's really amazing that she's putting all this time. She's got a great team. All the women that work with her and stuff like that. She's got a very good team going, and that's actually a brand and a community and a sponsor. Whatever they decide that they evolve into as this year progresses. Like that's one organization that I'm actually keeping my eye on because
oh yeah, me too.
They've got a lot of stuff coming out, and they're definitely killing it right now. Definitely killing it.
It is worth noting, for their giveaways, for their online little competitions, for the swag. Like she recently had some really neat stickers made for all those. It's open to dudes. Like recently, the Combo Queens gave away a pink Chun-Li skateboard that was really cool, and entry was totally free. For dudes to enter, it wasn't like you must prove that you're a woman. Show me your whatever.
Your woman card.
State ID, your women card.
Yeah.
So I think I really like the message that Combo Queens stand for, and it's not about oh god, hold on, this is do you guys remember that Sirens, the League of Legends thing?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it was they were we're fucking girls, and
all girl game,
all girl game, and then they went to the shooting range. You know what I'm talking about? I'm I don't know if I like this. This is weird.
God,
No, it's
that
not
was
like
bad.
that at all. It was so bad. It's more
bad.
hey guys, us chicks do some stuff too. Just putting attention to it. But let's all exist together. Let's all.
Exactly.
So it's a very positive message that's just highlighting some of the accomplishments of chicks in the scene, or not accomplishments, just existence.
Yeah, because it's obviously really hard for a lot of the males to believe that women exist in the FGC. They all come into any female stream and ask the same question: "Are you a trap?"
Yeah.
So, and it's just with that, it's just I get it, but at the same time, it's just also it gets so annoying and tiresome because after a while, you're just kind of
It's annoying.
come on, dude. Let's get real now. It's 2018.
That's honestly one thing that's really annoying. It's always like that. Every that's always prevalent there. I mean, I don't care, but I don't know why. I know why, because there happens to be a lot of people like that in the FGC. It's just a matter of the fact, but you don't need to. You know what I mean? It's
Shoutouts to NorCal Tekken for being super respectful of women that are in the community. Not just me, but there's plenty of others that show up and went from 0 to mid-tier like me, because everyone has been so nice to them at Sharkade, at Joe's events like Provenance. Everyone was really nice to me. Whatever. At round 1, obviously I met Andy there. I didn't meet any true douchebags. I think the only time that people were super mad at me, I think it wasn't really me. It was more those type of people that really hate losing to Lily because
yeah, it's salty. It's salty. It's
even though I hate losing to Lily. Yeah. So, but NorCal Tekken has been really, really good about just fucking treating women like people, man.
Respect.
Yeah, but the stream monsters are always gonna be stream monsters.
Yeah.
No offense to you, chat. You guys are lovely people.
Exactly. I mean, it happens, and that was the biggest lesson that you learn, especially being female in the community. You learn real quickly to tune out the stream monsters when you're competing, because it's so easy to get dragged into their nonsense because you're competing, and then of course you want to see what people are saying about you, and it just takes one comment for you.
Yeah, and you're already riled up. And it's all
Yeah, I get it all the time. Young P's a bitch.
What?
Blah blah blah.
You haters,
But you
Young
just
P.
gotta be
horrible.
Who cares, man? Who cares?
Yeah,
People are gonna
like,
say what
who
they're gonna say.
cares?
Sometimes I'm like that guy's. Hey, but it is what it is. People are gonna say stuff. It's gonna happen in life.
Andy, tell us about your haters. Do you have haters, Andy?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm a hater. No, I'm just kidding.
I guess.
And see, Andy's prime example. He don't pay attention to the haters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Andy's really good at that. Like, I can totally vouch saying Andy is, like, excellent at just not giving a fuck about anything that is not immediately in front of him.
Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's behind a computer screen. What is going to happen? But, so since we're talking about NorCal Strong Style, what is the importance of these Tekken-only events, like Strong Style and some of the last year's events, like Red Major, Rage Art, etc.? Like, how do you guys feel these Tekken-only events are very important to not only Tekken, but the fighting game community and Tekken's presence?
I think they're super, super important. Like, for the game, for the FGC, it just shows, like, how much support is for the game, like, not only for the FGC, but for the, like, the brand, the game, Tekken 7, It's good for the game. It's good for the community. I mean, it just shows how much support really, you want to show, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Tekken hasn't always been on the center stage,
Exactly.
of EVO. Like, even a few years back, they got like a crappy, like, 8 a.m., like 10 a.m. time slot. I think this is tag. Like, some,
Tag too, right?
like, not even on the stage. So I think that it's important, because, Tekken, I mean, the numbers are awesome now. Everyone's excited about Tekken.
Crazy, yeah.
But that being said, yeah, truly the year of Tekken, as Harada, as the prophecy, but
Lord Harada.
So I think that it's not that we have catching up, but I think that it does strengthen the brand because Tekken has been shafted a bunch of times because for whatever various reasons, politics and all of this.
Mm.
And I think
Andy, you've been so quiet.
I know Andy's absorbing.
Well, I think it's important because, like, when you have multi-game events, it's tough to, like, watch top 8 of everything. I mean, you only can be at one place at one time. Sometimes you gotta go eat or sleep or whatnot. So, I mean, when it's a Tekken-only event, you could just focus solely on Tekken. I mean, you have the Rev Major in there, and there's that JDCR versus Knee match, and then they shook hands after that match, too. I mean, they had maybe some grudges before, but, I mean, that was, like, a pretty big milestone right there to see them, like, say good games after that.
Exactly. I think Tekken only events, I mean, okay, so like Katie was saying with like Tekken, Tekken in general has been shafted. I mean, my first tournament, EVO 2017 or 2015, that tournament, it was the first tournament that Tekken 7 was at. It was the first time America got to play Tekken 7. And, even for finals, that game was like Saturday. Finals are on Saturday, guys. They're over here on the side stage, not in the main crowd. 2016 is when they introduced the Coliseum version, where they were putting everyone in a stadium and stuff like that. Tekken 7, still shafted, man. Saturday time slot, finals on a Saturday, and, very old school. But this year, Tekken's gotten the 2017. God, I still think it's 2017, but Tekken got that big stage. They got their, in Eris's words, big dinner.
The big dinner.
Yeah, they got
that announcement, right, with Geese.
Yeah.
Like, announcement that was
pretty
Don't
big.
forget Noctis. He's still coming. He's
Yeah,
I'm ready.
That was during the World Tournament, another Tekken only event right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Finals.
It was so sick.
There was
Red Balls.
But there was
I tried
also
like 5.
there was a lot of people there I noticed at Tekken World Tour, there were so many people there that aren't all Tekken players,
Yeah.
There was a lot of a lot of the pro players from different communities there. There were a lot of casual players. There are a lot of people who just bought tickets to watch because they wanted to, spectate and see how it goes. So, I mean...
Tickets are $5. Why not?
Yeah.
And you never know, those people could have became Tekken fans, right?
Yeah.
Like, the guy, I was talking to this random guy that I was waiting in line because, I don't know, malfunctions or whatever, they were having malfunctions. But I was like, you're for Tekken, man? It's pretty cool. And he was like, I mean, I don't really play Tekken, but I love fighting games. And I was like, that's
awesome.
sick, man. That's sick.
I have to say, the Tekken World Tour Finals is when my girl was born.
Ooh,
When my wonderful...
what a beaut!
Oh.
My wonderful girl. I got her because I could not stand the sticks at the casual stations. They did not feel... They did not feel the same. They didn't feel the same.
The
We're
Goose
also
stations
fortunate
had...
enough- Oh, we were also fortunate to have like a Tekken only event at Corsair, and then like we had a side little thing where they had a giveaway, and there was 2 non-Tekken players competing for some Corsair prizes.
Yeah.
Smash players came to the Corsair event and ended up playing Tekken slightly against their will, but they still played. Young P, were you there?
No.
You didn't
I don't
know.
think so.
Damn it. Well, anyway, if you saw the VOD, you'll be happy to know that both of them ended up choosing Lucky Chloe. So,
Oh, really?
Lucky Chloe, yeah.
Respect, yeah, that's my
So, Smashers apparently love Lucky Chloe. Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was a Tekken only fighting game event, and hella Smashers came and enjoyed it. What's his name? Alex Myers also came. Mama Dow was there too. She ended up running the tournament
Ooh.
because she can't help herself. But yeah,
That's crazy.
hella like non-fighting game fans just like Tekken,
And,
Tekken's awesome.
the Tekken only events, especially Strong Style, this is the first Strong Style I'm going to, and this is actually the first Strong Style in 2 years, from what I'm told. Because Trey, Princess Ling, actually told me about the first time he went to Strong Style, and that was his very first tournament, and that was 2 years ago. And I was just like, it was really 2 years ago? And he was like, yeah, it was my first tournament. And I was just like, wait, they didn't have one last year? And he was like, no. And I was like looking through all the tournaments, and I was like, oh shit, they didn't have one last year.
You guys, we have yet to have, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, we have yet to have an American champion of a Strong Style? I don't think,
Is that true? It makes sense.
Jimmy's never,
I think so. I think that's correct.
I don't think
forgot
we've
who was
had
the
an
winner
American
for Strong
champion.
Style 1 and 2. But I think
that was
you're right.
definitely before my time. Anyway, you guys, it's our home turf.
Koreans
Yeah.
are too good. What are we gonna do? Koreans are too good.
Well, they're not too good for me. I've been
American.
Oh
practicing.
god, you guys! Okay.
Oh,
We're back.
Katie
happened.
fell.
It's okay.
But,
Happened to me
you know,
earlier.
Hope you didn't see my wall scroll collection back there. All of my, no, I'm just kidding.
no, I mean, I'm planning to take some names at this Strong Style. I'm ready to pummel the competition.
Sweet.
I'm gonna have fun
Even
too.
TWT finals. I mean, some Americans did pretty good out their pools
Yeah,
too.
Speed Kids.
And Europeans even.
Oh yeah.
Even Mr. Naps did really good as well.
He had a tough pool too.
Oh, dude!
Oh yeah, he had the
he,
No
freaking.
V and E in there.
yeah, he had the
hell
redemption.
pool.
The redemption pull. Because remember, at Tekken World Tour Finals 2016, that he had, like, pretty much the similar pool. He still had knee in his pool, and then this past year, home dude came out and did his thing and came out victorious.
Actually, that's an interesting topic. Did you guys all go to the Tekken NA finals in 2016?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you were there, Andy. I didn't know you. I was there. Young P, did you go? Miles, did you go? I would have seen you.
I couldn't.
And- Yeah, it was that Ruby Sky and hella club vibes. It was interesting.
I know
was wondering,
that there was a lot of people at that final. I think
Yeah.
Ricky Ortiz was there as well, and she
Yeah.
was watching.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was watching because she tweeted it out, and she's just like, "I've loved Tekken, since forever."
Oh.
And she was
They
just
had a
like,
DJ, know.
it looked pretty lit, to be honest.
It was pretty lit. Cosplayers. Oh wait, I have this, you guys. There's they also had this cool. I do wish they had more cosplayers at the Tekken World Tour Finals. But,
Yeah, me
they
too.
had-
They only had that one Chloe cosplayer, right? That's
And
it.
Was she official?
Elisa, Kitty Kaboom.
They had Elisa?
Oh yeah, they weren't like whatever partnered with Namco. I think they just showed up. But like they had this cool, as you can see here. There's me in my Lily pose. There's
Dude.
Faye. She
That's
was
that
also,
one girl.
Busy.
And then I don't know who this
okay.
is, but I don't know who hers is, but that's AV. Anyway, this is me.
Huh.
Yeah, like she like cool as a. Oh yeah, and also Kwanba. But
And Kwon? Yeah,
still when I
Kwonba.
can. But
Hmm.
yeah, so like I love these types of things, like that have keepsakes.
Yeah.
Well,
think that's really important.
Evo
Sentimental
2000,
thing.
Evo 2016 had the same thing. Oh my god, I got to take a picture with the cosplayer. I don't know where that picture
oh my
went.
gosh, that
He was
guy.
there at
Whew.
NA finals too. Or
I'm trying to take a
yeah.
picture with that Heihachi, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, they
dude,
were
Lord,
good cosplayer. I was like,
Kazuya, put that jacket back on. Lord help me.
oh gosh, it was, but stuff like that was amazing. Like when they do stuff like that for the community and stuff like that, and they have those like the the cosplayers coming in and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
super cool. I know I'm like looking really panicked right now. Oh no, it's because I was looking for something, but it's pretty chill. It was super chill. And 2016 was very memorable, but these Tekken only events are very important to they're very important to the community, not only Tekken but also to the fighting game community in general, because there it is.
There it is. Oh my gosh. That's
Oh,
awesome.
God.
Oh, there's the Heihachi. I like that guy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, and the Buddha statue.
Yeah, it was good. Namco did their thing with that, but it's these Tekken only events and stuff like that. It really brings that spotlight to Tekken. I mean, look at when they were doing all the streams for Tekken World Tour Finals. How many viewers we were getting, how much recognition. There was a lot of people who were watching these tournaments when they were not only the finals, but just the Tekken World Tour in general for all these tournaments. We had so many people watching all the tournaments. DreamHack Denver was crazy with all the tournaments. SoCal Regionals, that was another one that was also very good in terms of viewership and pulling in more eyes that weren't just Tekken, And
I think the Tekken. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Just say, like, I think for like a lot of reasons, Tekken Tag to getting mixed reception, kind of being on the back burner for tournaments and all these fighting game events, and I think that the Tekken community itself has had not really an identity crisis, but it's been very fragmented, and I think Tekken 7 has really brought all of us back together and had tons of new people. I was a spectator for a really long time. Tekken 7 was the first game where I'm just like, okay, I'm really gonna do the thing, and so I have done the thing. But I was spectating Tag 2 and a little bit of Stick for hell long before I like really gave it a shot. And I think it's also gotten what's the word I'm looking for? It's like restored. I guess the faith has been restored for non-Tekken fight game fans who like Tekken, who were more about Clay Fighter or Reality Stone Infinite type of games. Melty Blood.
Yeah.
Dude, Melty Blood and all those games are so poverty, but they have such a strong identity. It's unbelievable. They're all connected on the same page, and they're like feverishly loyal to these games. They play in the parking lot or in the gymnasium of a middle school. You know what I'm talking about?
Denny's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denny's. So I think Namco, even though we have some valid, complaints like, where's the merchandise, things like that. I think they've done a great job of unifying the Tekken community that has spent some time being fragmented, as well as reinvigorating. That's what I'm looking for. Reinvigorating fighting game fans that are just casual Tekken fans, or at least just kind of mildly aware of its existence.
Not only that, but I mean the guest characters too. I mean we have Akuma,
Oh, yeah.
Peace, and
Oh, yeah.
Noctis.
Nocta. Pretty cool.
Nocto.
And
That guy's
even
cool.
even Eliza, even though she's not a guest character.
I remember when she was first announced. That was crazy. I was like,
Yeah,
what the heck? What the heck? It was crazy.
You guys, real quick. Do you remember the other options? Because she was like fan voted in. But let's be honest, like you guys saw
There
the
was
other options. They were
Zombie
found.
Bride for
Zombie Bride, Sexy Detective, or
Oh.
Shin Kamiya from the shitty movie.
that was a good movie. Hey,
Okay, hold on, remember that. I loved all of the fights. Amazing. But anything I had to do with Shin Kamiya, I'm like, who the fuck is
yeah. Well, and
No, but
like
the plot was bad, but the fights and Elisa and Xiaoyu,
and
they were
Elisa.
so...
It was just, yeah, and it's just like, I mean, Elisa herself, and I see why they brought her into the into the game, into this one, because, you know, she kind of didn't really get her time to shine with Tekken Revolution, and
Oh yeah.
but at the
100%.
same time, this ties into my conspiracy that she was put into Tekken Revolution so they can change and also perfect their system to bring in 2D fighting elements and
Wait,
projectiles.
I thought, was she like that? And I don't think she was like that.
She
in the
had
original.
projectiles.
She
She
didn't have
had-
a jump arc.
She didn't have any of the jumping. She was a very unfinished character in Revolution, but
Interesting.
she was the first character in Tekken in general to have actual projectiles as a as a
thing.
move, because you know Jinpachi had his fireball, but
Whatever. You know.
Elisa was the first one to actually have projectiles to be throwing at bitches. So it you know, I think Namco and Harada, they like to low key beta test us. They like to
Low-key beta.
see how mechanics work. Like I'm telling you, before, you know, when does Soul Calibur 6 come out?
I don't know.
It,
This year,
sometime later
supposedly.
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
supposedly.
so what are they doing with Noctis? Low key beta testing weapons in 3D
dang.
with
Yeah.
Unity.
Advanced weapons fighting combat.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's, you know, if you pay attention to the game, you kind of notice those little things, but
Yeah.
you know, it's amazing to see how diverse the roster has been getting and how diverse the community has been getting because of these different characters and their different fighting styles, you know? Because now we got Akuma only mains, you know, Geese mains,
Yeah.
and now we got some future Noctis mains coming in. You have
Yeah,
think
but
there's
you
like
know how
a
people
geese
are
in-
gonna be.
well,
Every
and
time
then
a new character comes
Not
out.
made
Where's
in
Lei?
Japan, right?
yeah,
That's oh my gosh, you guys! Real quick, me and Konestra got our taste of Where's Lei when we announced the keychains. Listen,
God.
we
You
have okay.
I
We
feel
have
sorry
to
for
make
you.
these in bulk. We can't just buy a couple. You know, we have to order them in bulk. They have to be, you know, manufactured. Like it takes time. It takes a lot of money to buy these in bulk. And so when we're like, you know, like announced it, we're like, all right, here's the thing, and the people are like, but where is, you
Exactly.
know, where's Gon? Where's
Alex.
where's Sebastian?
Sebastian
You know, okay, exactly. Okay, like there are like people are like, oh, dude, but where's Kazuya? And it's kind of like
Time
there
release.
is a right and a wrong way, and
There's time release keychains. It's
Yeah.
You get
I'm
that
really
all the time.
listen.
It's
If
seasons.
we'll make
It's
more.
yeah.
We'll see.
It's seasons. It's like what I was talking to Alex about before, and I even talked to you about it, Katie, because I already told Katie that and Kanesha that I'm gonna buy both of their entire collections.
Yeah, she's
like,
going for the
every-
whole collection, you guys.
I'm buying the whole collection. Why? Because
Season
one.
pass.
Yeah, I'm getting that season pass because one, I want to support my artists and my friends, and two, I absolutely love Tekken merch coming out. I'm also low key, everyone. I'm also going to try to purchase like at least two sets of each collection so I can give it away to you guys on stream and have some giveaways. So that way, if you guys do miss out on Strong Style, I will have an extra set to give away to a few lucky winners and stuff like that. So. It's
Good idea.
you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, there's a lot of the stuff behind the scenes that no one's like really understanding. Like Katie was saying, that it's just like right now this is season 1, you know,
Yeah.
this is season 1 collection. Season 2 there may be a Lei, There may be a Kazuya. There may be other characters, and Katie may do more art on season 2. So it's just it's season 1. Y'all gotta wait. You can't come out with everything at once. You gotta.
I just hope they do. I just hope they keep supporting it. Because like after Noctis, like what else is there, right? What are you gonna do next? What can you do?
Tekken Ball. Tekken Ball.
Oh, please no
Done.
Tekken Ball.
Done.
Tekken bowling. Bad. Played it for like 10 minutes, man. Oh, God.
I played it long enough to get the tag striker, and then
Yeah. I mean, after you play 2,000 games, you get it anyways. I think is okay.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I even play Tekken
I
Ball?
know. I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping in the future that they not only continue to bring in more characters from different games, but I really want them to bring in more original Tekken characters. Like before I say that, I really want them to also bring in the legacy characters, but I also really want them to bring in more of the more original characters, come up with some new characters. And
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
introduce them in. I also want them to make DLC to expand the story, keep the story going, so that way in Tekken
Yeah.
8... What happened?
No, I really want the story expanded. I don't know if Cosme was really evil or not. It keeps me up at night.
Yeah, and it's
Either way,
just
she's
like...
dead now. Ooh.
And
Whoa.
Hey, Hachi. Oh, spoiler! Oh my God! Spoiler.
Whoa!
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Spoiler?
Favored
My
that,
bad, guys, my
Akuma
bad.
ode
I'm
to
sorry.
Kazumi too.
Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want at least in Tekken 7 for the story to be wrapped up, so when we come into Tekken 8, it's it's a complete revamp. They might not even call it Tekken 8. They'll probably call it like Tekken. You know how Tomb Raider when they did the reboot, they just said Tomb Raider.
Tekken Tag 3.
But if they
Yeah.
do that, then like, no tag 3 though. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm ready
We need an
for
8.
I'm ready for a new Tekken, well, I'm not ready for it yet, but, when it comes time to get a new Tekken, I definitely want to see, I want it to be new. I don't want it to be a continuation of, Tekken, because this is the ending of the Mishima saga. Am I wrong? So,
Yeah, I believe he did announce that.
yeah, so, like, let's end it. Let's tie it all up. Let's end it.
But they say that, but like at the end, you see Jin is gonna take out Kazuya, and then that's not the end. There's no conclusion. It just shows him
and that's
looking
why
like
That's why I think that they're gonna expand the DLC. They're gonna expand the story with some DLC and stuff like that.
Hopefully.
Because how do you keep a game alive nowadays? DLC, more content. You always want to bring out more content,
bowling.
more costumes,
bowling
more
pins.
customs, please.
Bowling pins?
Yeah, that's the thing. I see all these cool customs come out of like cool items and customizations from like Japanese players on my Twitter. They got like cool hair items, like
Yeah, the new
Japanese
hair.
wrestling Lars. I'm like, where is it? I don't have it. I want it. Come on. I'll pay $2 for some Lars, whatever. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's small.
New raid chart too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
new
Oh,
rage
yeah.
arts.
I want some new panel art. Also, I want to do panel art.
Yeah.
Interesting if you
Yeah.
could choose like different rage arts for the character. I mean, it's
Yeah, kind of like
cool.
Street Fighter, where you can choose
Yeah.
in Street Fighter 4, you can choose your different critical art.
Or like, yeah, in like some games, like just hella games, like Dota, whatever, Killing Floor, you can choose like your taunt. You can choose a taunt, like
Yeah.
choose different raid arts. I'd like
or
that.
Steam too. I think would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, what if Chloe had a rage art where instead of she's breakdancing, she's the whole arena turns into a stage and she starts singing, and she sings so loud that it inflicts damage on her opponents. Like,
That'd be brutal.
yeah, like,
That'd be cool.
Would buy
Projectile
Cool.
rage art.
$4.99.
I would buy that.
or like, what if Elise says, okay, that was one thing I was kind of disappointed with on
Crazy.
Elisa. You know how in the story when she's fighting Lee, she starts using her arms as projectiles and she's just shooting
Yeah.
them off? Like, why wasn't that a move?
She got
Oh,
the
yeah.
sauce.
What do you mean? She does the.
No,
Does that?
she like when you fight her again in the second round, she's
Oh.
like
She does a unique move.
yeah, only in the story where she gets up and she's just shooting off her arms one by one, and it's all like a projectile, like a continuous projectile.
I
Oh.
heard Lee was weak against that. That's why.
Heihachi had something like that too. He like ground pounded like Donkey Kong down B if you play Smash. He had like one of those, but
You're saying Heihachi.
Super Saiyan Heihachi.
Dude,
Yeah.
which, as Andy said, that's like an secret anti-Lee combat. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see, custom intros, like when Lily's
yeah.
fighting Asuka, they don't have like a
Yeah.
cute thing interaction.
Yeah.
Because League has
They do
it.
have some.
Dude.
They have
Wait,
like three.
Or
It's when-
Geese,
it's like
Oh,
Heihachi, Kazumi,
Geese
you know.
and or Geese and the Mishimas. It would be
Like
nice.
in game, I mean, like straight up, if you run into someone online.
Yeah.
Like
Or-
remember in Tekken 6, like I think Miguel and Jin had a special intro.
That's cool.
Oh, really? They do have those, but there's only like
Yeah.
3 in the game.
And like
Yeah.
Tag 2 had a whole bunch of stuff like that, like maybe when you lose or something like that, be a special win post.
Oh yeah, Jin's a
like that.
douchebag to show you when.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Elisa-
what an asshole.
Yeah, those
Elisa
are
and
cool.
Lars.
Yeah.
Elisa and
Yeah.
Lars had the best one because Elisa fell and Lars would help her up.
That's so cute. I know. Yeah, you guys like.
And there was a
I
Dr.
think-
B one too with Elisa.
Oh yeah,
Was
she
it?
would fly. She would pick him up and fly away with him.
Oh, it's cute.
And Elisa had all the arm poses with
Oh, the arm
Jack.
poses with Jack.
She's
Yeah.
like,
They're flexing.
Yeah, or like the like slap fight between Asuka and Lily. This is what
yeah.
Tekken needs.
Yeah, I don't
Or-
know why they didn't do that with this game. I felt like there was more like soul into that game because there's minute things like that that make a
Yeah.
difference.
well,
Yeah.
But
Tekken
no.
Tag 2 was fan
Whatever.
service. Like that's all it was. It was a giant.
It was so
giant
good, but
fan
It's not
service.
Didn't
too
do
late,
well.
though.
didn't do well.
Yeah.
It's definitely not too late, and I think Harada. I think it's great that Harada's been stopping in a lot of people's streams because he's
Yeah.
personally getting a lot of that opinion from the consumers, the people who are continually streaming this game and putting it out there and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think it's very important that he's doing that because he's getting more of the public opinion instead of just throwing stuff at us and being like, well, this is what we came up
Yeah.
with, so
I think
This is all
most
it
of his
is.
public opinion is just on his Twitter.
Oh
add
my God.
Lei, add Julia Harada, and he's like, "Shut up, don't talk to me."
yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That was my last favorite. He was like, "Fuck you," like spelled horizontally. It was
Dude,
amazing.
I think I retweeted that.
I think I retweeted that. One thing, Miles, that's a good point that he is getting his community feedback by stopping in streams. In your stream, when he stopped by, I think it was when you were talking with the main man, he said in stream that people in Japan don't have these conversations, and he said this is really interesting to listen to. So he
Yeah.
doesn't otherwise get this feedback because they just don't, talk about it in Japan. Whether or not they like have the same opinions as us, they don't vocalize it in the same way.
Exactly, and I think it's really smart that that's something that's going on because it really helps him and it helps us kind of get what we want out of the game, but also help him know what direction to take the game. And I think that's so smart of him. I mean, like,
Yeah.
no other creators are doing that. You don't see, the Street Fighter V creator going into Street Fighter V streams and, interacting and stuff like that. You don't see
Yeah, but
any of them.
as long as he's, actually making a change with the information we give him,
Yeah.
And
If
I
it's-
think the big thing is that you gotta really. A lot of people aren't understanding that change takes time. Like there's a whole system that they gotta go down before they implement, change within the game and getting what they want.
Yeah.
Oh my god, especially with console. Like, man, remember, it was, this was hella years ago. It was Gabe Newell talking about updating Team Fortress 2 on Xbox because they were 2 years behind. Like,
Oh,
I think,
geez.
I forgot what patch we were on in the PC. Like, they were, like, still on the Medic update, which is, like, update number 2. So they're 2 years behind, and Gabe Newell, like, made this comment saying, like, look, it costs like $50,000 just to patch it each time. It's not worth it for us. So it,
Yeah.
PC doesn't have a problem, but and I believe that they've made it easier since then. But man, it's not easy to just patch something. You have to go
Yeah.
through Sony and Microsoft and all of these.
So you better make that update worthwhile. Like put everything
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
All you
absolutely.
got.
Absolutely. And it's just like, and a lot of people are kind of just like, well, oh, Harada is just money hungry with charging a season pass and all this DLC, but like they have to understand, like, that $39.99 does not only go towards getting downloadable content and stuff, but that $39.99 is going towards the furthering develop of, you know, the game.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's
So
what a lot of people I think are, maybe they need to rethink, because you can't just look at DLC and be like, this is bad. You're gonna charge me money for this? But if
For
you look at like the
bowling?
different, if you look at the different side of it, it's like, it's good because it gives the game like longevity, you know? Like, if you look at Overwatch, this is a good example. If they didn't have loot boxes, there would be no, like, it would still be Overwatch, right? But there's still that like longevity of, yes, I can put
Or
more money
exclusive
into the game.
exclusive
Yeah.
skins, you know, they're constantly coming out with exclusive
keeps it, like,
skins.
Alive, like it keeps it, you know, more, you know, just keeps it alive.
Yeah, there's-
Now too.
Who knows?
Pretty
I
cool.
mean,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of production pipeline, and I don't know where anything goes. But let's just say that all of the, you know, the DLC buck didn't somewhere at some point magically transform it money that was used for Tekken World Tour. Like, who knows? Or like maybe
Yeah.
it went. Maybe your $10 went to the guy that developed Goose, and you really love
Yeah.
Goose.
Where do you
No,
think all those
what
cup
you-
noodles came from?
Yeah, listen.
Come on.
Like, listen, I
Stacks
hate
them.
bowling as much as the next guy. I still bought the season pass. I didn't like bowling, but if I can at least think before I go to bed at night that those $39 for the bowling pins went to Goose, then, you know, I guess I could sleep that.
Mhm.
I think Gabe's gonna say something. We're gonna say, because you're the business guy, so you have a real opinion
About DLC.
about, like, yeah, and all those finances and all that type of stuff.
Well, it's just like you said, it just puts capital in the company so they can develop more things.
And that's smart. That's definitely smart.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people need to specifically look at that, because in the bigger picture, that's what it is, you know? But, so before we wrap it up, there's one important question that I have specifically for Andy. So this question is, obviously everyone kind of knows that me and Kwamba, Katie and Andy, like, we have a pretty good relationship with each other and stuff like that. And a lot of people kind of sometimes ask me, like, low key and then also high key in the stream, like how did you do it? How do you manage to have these relationships with different people in the community and stuff like that? So the biggest thing I want to ask is, like, Andy, what do you specifically look for in people in order for you to want to invest in them and offer support?
Let me get my notebook out. Let me write this down. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's like I said at the beginning of this chat, like, try and be original, creative. I mean, all sponsors want to see like a return on their investment and what you could do for them. Like, if I were to give you product or sponsor you in some way, how would you help promote Kwamba? How would you help promote my products? Like, how could you help me build up my brand? Like, what kind of audience do you have? Your social media presence, all these things are important. And then some of the other bigger teams too, like, how well do you work with teammates? I mean, look at Echo Fox and Evil Geniuses. It's not just one person that's sponsored. They have a whole team.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's
love
all
working
these
with the
things.
Foxes, you guys. They're a really great, responsive, professional team. Shout out to Echo Fox.
You gotta make yourself marketable, just like a job interview.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that I always try to preach that to everyone who you know is aspiring to gain the support of not only teams but companies, because, you know, the biggest thing is you want to always promote, and a lot of people always joke with me and they're like, oh, shilling again, but it's just like the little stuff. Like, I just recently did a Kwamba ad, you know.
Oh my gosh.
With the
That
tagline,
was good.
choose your weapon and stuff like that, showcasing the, you know, the three main sticks: the dragon, the obsidian, and the drone. And it's stuff like that where it's like, you know, you're not only am I using them to play and stuff like that, but I'm also, you know, promoting the brand and pushing it and stuff like that. But, you know, also remember, you know, to the viewers that you know, if that's a route that you also want to go down. I mean, it's a very successful route if that to go down, because that's what keeps you alive longer and relevant longer in the community. To always remember to be humble about everything that you are, you know, given, and, you know, really pay your respects to everyone who provides you with these opportunities. Like, I can never thank Andy and Katie enough for all the opportunities and stuff that they provide me, and even the support that they provide me. Like, that it always means so much to me, because, you know, it's always good to have that support, but also do everything in your power to show that you really do stand by this company. And that's like a big thing, is like, if you're going to be taking on a lot of responsibilities like that, don't take on any responsibility that, you know, any company that's throwing themselves at you. You got to really do your research about these companies and really ask yourself, is this something that I can honestly stand behind and promote wholeheartedly, that I believe in? And, you know, that's the biggest thing about, you know, reason why I push Quamba so hard, is because I legitimately love the products. I love what I get out of them, and they are extremely satisfying to me, you know. And I would never push something or want to do anything that I just couldn't believe in, you know. And that's like a big thing, especially for aspiring community players who want to make it quote unquote big leagues, because that is what gets you the types of relationships to put you ahead.
Definitely brings you to you know, since I'm the, you know, the community manager, one of my jobs is to essentially scout people on Twitter. I mean, sometimes I kind of like go browsing myself, or sometimes I'm just, you know, I'm just on Twitter and I see these players, and some of them I identify as really good fits for Qualma products, and I want to like give them something. I run up to Andy and say, hey, this player is awesome. Here's why. Here's their numbers. Here's what they've said. And a lot of the time, what brings these players, these potential, you know, ambassadors, so to speak, are their ability to market products well in an authentic way. So when, you know, I won't name any names or whatever, but when I see certain players do a good job of marketing their existing sponsors or products that they have received, it says to me, these are the types of players that I want to work with. Whether or not they're, again, this goes back to the beginning of our conversation, but it doesn't usually have to do with how skilled they are. You know, you can be really, really skilled. You can be really bad at marketing a product. I mean, yeah, it's great to have a Quamba in the hands of someone extremely skilled who places very well, but it's much more powerful if I can have them place well, have a Quamba, and then tweet about it. You know, that's one of the things that attracts Quamba to our existing partners like Flashpoint and Echo Fox, obviously, most recently Virtual Storm. So I think, as Miles just said, another tip for, you know, people that are interested in kind of getting into the big leagues with, you know, product sponsors, even as a player or just as a streamer, because, you know, you can kind of be either one. You don't want to be both. You don't have to compete and stream at a super high level at both. Is to be you know, be good at marketing these products, and like not in a like, hey everybody, look at the Quamba, it's the best thing ever, but like, you know, actually be able to take a deep dive into the product and explain why you like it.
Yeah.
If someone commented, which this happens all the time, Maximilian, I always see this when someone comments on Maximilian's status saying like, okay, but what's so great about the drone? You know, like I've heard the drone is good stick, but why? And he can rattle off about, you know, oh, you can upgrade it later. Oh, it's still Vuelix. You know, all these things that, you know, if you were just some, you know, low-tier streamer that's looking for a free stick, might not be able to. Like, it's the best is like not a like quantitative like stat. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what you're talking about, and you know, demonstrate it not just through your skill, you know, where you placed and what your rank is online, but how you can talk. You gotta talk the talk as well as walk the walk.
You have to make like the people watching believe you, right? Because I see a lot of people. I see a lot of big boy streams when they like sell something. I can tell like he doesn't even like this product. If I don't, you know. But if I see somebody like K-Brad gonna sell me some freaking Gatorade, I'm gonna be like, K-Brad likes that Gatorade. I'm gonna buy that Gatorade right now. Super sick.
Yeah.
I remember. I feel like this is like kind of nitty gritty. I feel like Eris was like is a good example. And hold on. Okay, his Kwamba Ages review slightly controversial, but I felt like overall. Wait, have you seen it?
That's
old. So
fucking
funny.
Yeah.
It's old, and it was so funny, and like it was funny, but like, you know, and it had his Eris flavor to it, you know. But I think that, you know, ultimately the message was positive, because although he like. No, I mean it's Eris. Of course he knew it was called Aegis, but he pretended to forget the product name, the video, you know, all that. But he brought up great points about how sturdy it was, how much stuff you could fit in it, like, and I was looking at the comments, and a lot of people were saying like, well, dude, if Eris says it, Eris, who is like difficult to please and who is notoriously, you know, disgruntled.
Like, if he doesn't
Eris
like it, he's gonna say it.
He's gonna fucking say it.
Yeah.
I was very aware that if he did not like the Aegis, this would be a very difficult video to explain to Andy, but we said everybody liked it. So you know, getting those streamers that you know are very honest and very truthful with their viewers, very important aspect to have, and definitely a good quality to have as a streamer who's interested in getting product sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and it turned into a meme, because even like at stuff that I go to here, like I always get people saying, should have bought a Kwamba. Like I hear that all the time now. Like he's created this tagline for Kwamba that I didn't even know ever needed to exist. So.
Yeah, and it's stuff like that. It's the little stuff like that that helps a lot with making companies want to invest and believe in you, you know. But I believe it is time to wrap it up. So before we go, do we want to go around and give some shout outs really quick? All right, we'll start with Young P. It's been a bit since we started with me. Young P. Yeah, we're starting with you.
Can I go last?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'll go first. Oh wait, unless I can go last.
If you want to.
Mix ups.
The mix up. Alright, we'll start with Katie.
Okay, well, I didn't get a chance to show you guys this, but for those who are still here, I have with me super exclusive, I don't know how I'm going to show all these at once, keychains. Conestra brand.
Sergey? Dang.
Sergey. We have Sergey. It's like blurry. Okay, now it's not. Sergey, double-sided. We got Oscar Kazamer, also blurry. She's giving you the cute thumbs up. We got B Fury in front of an explosion, not looking at it. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Of course, you can just go to my Twitter or Conestra's Twitter and like just look at it, like good photos of them. But I'm showing you guys the live. We got Bird Jim. Diablo Jim. He's a bird. Crow Jim. Jim Crow. Whoa, this guy. Okay, never mind. Forget I said that. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he's flying. He's about to do some lasers, and we got this one's gonna sell out fast. I know it. King.
That one's cool.
This one is so cool, you guys. This is the best one. Oh, it's like nice and focused. Yeah, this is the best one.
And King's super popular too. So.
Yeah. So all these are in like cool action poses. So anyways, you guys, 11 for each. 2 for 20, probably all 5 for 50. They're hella limited. We have like 20 of each, and by we I mean I guess just me, but it's gonna be 20 of each.
It's gonna be less than that. Won't you have some at Foundry?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's So there's gonna be a DBZ, DBFZ. Sorry, Stumi. Stumi's gonna kill me if she hears me say DBZF. There's gonna be like a Tekken DBFZ event at the Foundry this Thursday for anyone who's in NorCal. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring a couple, get some of these out of my hair, give a little maybe an incentive to go. So if you're going, come find me and buy some cute keychains.
I feel like they're gonna sell out really fast too.
I feel like they're gonna sell, cause like Konosuba we decided like all the good characters. He's like, who's everyone like? Sergei. Everyone likes Sergei.
She has to make Sergei.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm not gonna make Sergei.
Yeah, cute. We were on that Cutans hype.
Cool.
Shout out to Cutans. King, whatever. I insisted on Brian Fury, of course. What was that, Andy?
Dragonoff's her favorite character.
She is Dragonoff. She has drawn over 290 individual pictures of Dragonoff in 2017 alone. Let me make this clear. 290 something images. That is more days. That's more pictures than Tekken 7 has even been on the console for days.
That's like almost a picture every day.
Mathematically. So anyway, you guys think I'm a Lily fan? Konosuba is the real one. And then I got these printed. The real Dragonoff. So I got these printed as well. These came in.
Oh, I want that. So bad. I can't wait.
BF. And then this Kazumi one.
Oh wow.
This one turned out really nice. I like how and then the back is colored my little Twitter.
Ooh.
Yes.
Twitter.
What is this one?
The Twitter.
Oh
the
yeah.
Twitter. So I'm still waiting, and then you saw the Leia one earlier, which is cool. And then there's that one.
It's
I
got
still
Moku
have a
Jin,
couple.
too.
Wait.
Yeah, that
Show one side. Show one side, young P.
Which
Oh, yeah.
one? This one?
Show
This
the
one? Guys.
show the
Oh, the
Elisa.
other one?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, so you got them. So I still have a couple of those. So I'll also be having those at Strong Style. And then the Leia one you guys already saw. And then the Lily and Oscar one, the costume swap is still in route. So
I
anyway,
wanted to ask you, did you do these because they're intertwined in the lore?
that is why I did them.
I figured.
Because
You know me.
Devil Lily.
She's in her
Devil
basement or
Lily?
something, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, because
Something weird.
okay, so low-key, high-key, Eliza was actually supposed to be Devil Lily.
Ooh.
But
Devil
even
Lily?
even Herodotus thought that was a ridiculous idea, and he was just like,
weird.
we're gonna not make Lily even more stupid than she is, and
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the Devil Gene ran in the Rochefort family. I
That's
guess
what
that
I'm
was my
saying.
bad for not knowing that.
I was like, I
Guess
think the
we
lore
should.
would have gotten extremely crazy.
So weird. Anyway, shout outs to Staples, uprinting.com for making my art possible. Shout outs to you guys. Shout outs to Lord Harada and all these streamers that are grinding away. And Sarity, hey, I'm looking at my Twitch. He's playing Dragonfall Fighter Z. I'm taking my
Fake.
shout out back. Never mind.
That's still Bandai Namco. Still Bandai.
All right, okay, fine. Yeah, it's still Namco family, Famco.
Famco.
He's training his kicks for Kamehamehas.
He is training to.
All right, Andy. Shout outs.
Shoutouts to Strong Style right here.
Yay!
Nice.
I guess Kwama too.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kwama and Anarch.
It's like
So,
toss
yeah.
that in there a little bit.
Oh yeah, them too. No,
Yeah.
I can't shout out my own company. What do you mean you can? But
Okay, was that all your
Good.
shout outs, Andy?
Yeah.
shout outs to the developers. Just kidding.
Sorry.
Old
Tekken?
meme.
Play some
Old meme.
Tekken. Now that I finally got it on PC.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
so
you guys can
good.
challenge him, but I think what are you already Overlord? It's been
I'm a
you guys had your
savior
chance to
now.
run into him in green ranks, but it's over.
Okay, let me get my
All my
Lily.
characters are fighters though.
Let me get my Lily back up to save you, and then I'll deathmatch you.
All right.
Can you please stream it? I really want to see this. Please, I've been waiting for this matchup for fucking like 7 months.
I accepted her PSN friend request like how long ago? Like half a year.
Hell.
ago.
Yeah, we have yet to play.
Like,
Well, it's because PSN was so bunk at that time.
Yeah.
I never got on.
well, I finally got PC, so let's do this someday.
Yes.
It's so much better. It's so much better, dude.
Dude, the load times are so
Awesome.
much.
I
faster.
know
Like
everything
that,
is just better.
God in
If
Realm
you have a
one,
good PC, you know.
I know.
You can mod anything you want.
Yeah.
Like, you can put Lily in Oscar's clothes if you want. Someone did that
There
in
hasn't really
response
been
to my
any
artwork.
cool mods yet, though. Like, cool mods. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
why. Where's the...
Yeah.
There's, like, body swaps, but, I mean, you know.
I mean, Lily got the big boob mod.
That's
She
probably
got-
just
Lily is
Eliza,
perfect the
though.
way she is,
No,
okay?
Lily got all
real?
the thirsty mods.
Yeah, the like Kane, like ooey type of fanboy mods. Shoutouts to Kane. I love Kane. Just kidding, Kane.
All right, so I'll go because you wanted to be last.
Well, it's your podcast, so I could go first, and then
No,
you could do it.
I'll go.
Okay.
So definitely shout outs to Young P, Katie, and Andy for stopping in and taking the time to be on the podcast and taking an hour and a half out of their normal days to be here and entertain everyone. Definitely always got to shout out Kwamba because Kwamba is amazing. It's Kwamba. Choose your weapon. Shout outs
Let me
to
write that down.
shout outs to Tekken, obviously, because Tekken is what kind of just brings us all together. And also biggest shout out goes to all the viewers and the subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys for everything that you guys do and all the support that you guys do and making these so much fun for all of us, because I definitely read the chat while we're doing these podcasts, and obviously you guys know I read the chat during the streams. So definitely shout outs to the viewers and subs. Y'all are the best. Shout outs to UYU team.
Yay!
Ooh, you. Okay.
Ooh, you, the team,
Cool.
who did phenomenal at Evo. We didn't get to take home the gold, but we
I
took
think
home.
Dadine got top 16, right?
Yeah, he got 17th.
That's my boy.
So you
I
know,
expect no less.
John Ding. So, but definitely, yeah, I think that's all my shout outs. It's not as long as the first one. All right, Young P, we saved the best for last.
Okay. So first, shout out to you, because obviously it's your podcast. Huge honor, you know. Don't even sweat about taking time out of my day. I don't do anything anyways, you know. So thank you for having me on the podcast so I can talk to all of you wonderful people. The fact that I even have the opportunity is pretty sweet, pretty doink. So that's, you know, shout out there. Shout out to my boy, of course. To my boy, the White Shadow, my right-hand man. I love that guy. I love the White Shadow. No
also
cap of
holds
pride.
it down
Maybe
for
cap of pride,
commentary,
but...
too.
Huh?
He held it down for commentary at
Yeah, dude, you
Yeah,
remember him? He's
BattleCon.
so
Yeah.
sick. Oh, the White Shadow. I don't know. I think he might be still watching, but that's my dude right there. My dude. He birthed me in. He took me to I've been to every tournament with him. I've done everything with that guy. I love that guy. Anyways, shout
I
out to
see some
him.
testes.
Shout out to everybody who supported me this year. You know, about to cry. Shout out to everybody, all my viewers. You know, I can't name all of you. I know some of you are already hit me up on Discord. Hey, shout me out. I'm DJ Bustinut. I can't name all of you, okay? Just know. It's not, I'm just kidding. Not Eric. Shout out to Eric, too. Shout out to everybody, okay? I can't name
Shout
all.
out to Eric.
Shout out to all my viewers. You know who, or you know exactly who I'm talking about right now. Shout out to Snipe God for being my first viewer when I had one viewer on Twitch.
Aww.
When I was a little baby.
You never
And-
forget your first.
Yeah, never forget your first. And shout out to Aris. You know, all the big boys. Ricksta. I like Ricksta a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I talked to him. I thought he was kind of mean online, but IRL,
He may be this tall, but he's got a big heart. I like Rich. Ain't no cap of pride, but
He is
I like
tall,
Rich
but
Dad.
his heart is
I like
this
Rich
tall.
But those would be my shout-outs.
Yeah, definitely shout outs to Eris and everything. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this wonderful stream and this wonderful podcast. I definitely appreciate it. Of course, closing messages towards everyone. Next Sunday, we are having a UYU exclusive podcast just in time for Strong Style. Just
Woo!
in
Who's
time.
gonna be on it?
Oh,
Who's on there?
it's secret. It's secret.
If I don't know, it's a real secret.
Let me
Tell me
let me just brush up on my Korean really quick. Wink. No, I'm just kidding. No Koreans. No Koreans. But definitely at NCSS. Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of IRL streaming as well during NorCal Strong Style. But next Sunday, we're definitely I'm definitely gonna get someone else who has been a little MIA before to do any podcast. So luckily, he's finally back in the States.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about that Young P. Ling.
Boo! Trey beat it. He's pretty cool.
But definitely, we'll be doing another podcast before NorCal Strong Style, and then we'll be doing a lot of streams at NorCal Strong Style. Y'all already know. I got my hold on. I got my ring light on the ready.
Ooh,
For
yes!
them
I need
shits.
one of those.
Let me show you how this shit works. Let me show you.
I thought that was that Halo customization.
Just
Dang.
looking like floating.
Float up.
Right there. Look at that, and we're ready.
looks good.
Lights, camera, action.
Oh,
That's
Pretty
kind of. Listen, you guys. This is what I'm using. I'm using my phone like light. Okay. Miles knows what she's doing. She's a professional.
Yo,
Oh.
and I gotta tell you guys, if you ever need good lighting, $5 at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
brightest lighting ever.
I probably need to
wow,
go
no
get one.
wonder I look like the darkest person on this. I don't got this kind of tech.
No, I'm telling you, like my green screen, $30 at Walmart. Like you can find if you got creative mindset, you can get anything at Walmart. But definitely, thank you guys so much. Of course, before we go, the usual. If you guys want to hit up my get up in that Discord, there is the Discord. If you guys want to follow me on social medias, I am very active on Twitter, but I'm trying to be more active. I know you guys are like, where is all of our cameras? Right there. There's my social medias. If you guys want to enter up in this exclusive UIU giveaway, hit up in that giveaway, guys. It's free. Might as
Ooh,
well.
is that the Xbox One one? Is
Oh,
that still
wow.
going
The
on?
Xbox One.
Guys, if you don't have Dragon Ball Fighter Z yet, you can get it this way.
Yeah, and of course, if you guys want to hit your girl with your tentacles, please let me fill them and give me a sub. We're trying to get to our next emote, which is the coveted Kawaii-gasm, which
Ooh.
I'm so excited for. And of course, if you guys haven't seen on Twitter, definitely go and check out the Choose Your Weapon ad campaign for Kwamba, and go to Kwamba USA and snatch your guys a nice little stick over there, because they got all the stick needs that you could possibly want. That's KwambaUSA.com.
Ba-bum-bum.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming in. We are out of here. Thank you to my guests, Andy, aka 725, Katie, and Young P. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see all of you tomorrow for maybe some Tekken. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play Tekken. I gotta practice. So Andy, if you have time tomorrow, we can definitely do a set. I'm totally down for that one.
Do it.
Yeah, just hit me up and we'll set up.
All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Everyone, it's been real, but it is time to sign out. So, good night, everyone. Thank you guys for coming in. We'll see you next Sunday for another podcast, and I will see you guys tomorrow at my regular times. If you don't know my regular times, I will post them on Twitter for you. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.